What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another very special review on Burnout Brighter. My name is Matt. I'll be your host for this evening's events. I'm joined, as always, by my wonderfully lovely co-host, Destiny.
Hey guys.
And we're here to talk about a game that many of you have probably never heard of. We're here to talk about God of War on the PC. Thank you so much to PlayStation Canada for hitting us up with the review copy. We appreciate it very, very much.
Absolutely.
Destiny and I have been playing it. Now, Destiny, before we get any further in on this review, I think we need to establish a bit of a baseline. How much of the game have you played? How much of the game have you seen or played before the PC version? Tell me a little bit about your history with God of War 2018 and the PC
Okay.
version now.
So mine's a little weird because I didn't get to play it on any system because I don't actually have like an updated system to play it on. So this was my first time getting to play it on my gaming PC and I absolutely
Mhm.
loved it. I just pugged, not
I
pugged.
pugged it. I
I
pugged
plugged it.
all over the place.
I I just plugged in my Rock Candy Xbox controller and just like went for it. It ran so well. Yeah,
You
it ran.
heretic, playing
I
a PlayStation game with an Xbox controller. How dare thee?
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. I don't care. Play
It's
with
the
whatever
only
you want.
controller I
I know.
have.
I'm just fucking around. I'm just messing with you.
But luckily cuz on Steam like you can do that. So
Mhm.
yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I don't know how. I don't even know like I didn't even check, but I don't know if like you can play it if you don't have some sort of controller. Like I don't know if you could play it with keyboard. I wasn't trying to because I've seen the
Mhm.
game. I absolutely love it. And I think it's amazing that you guys brought this game to PC because I never would have gotten to like play it by myself. I would have just been like backseat watching other people play an amazing game. So that makes me really excited for the new one coming out because hopefully that means like when it releases on everywhere, when it releases on other platforms, it'll automatically release to PC and I can play it.
Yeah, so to answer one part of your question, yeah, so I just looked it up. You can play God of War on PC with your keyboard and mouse, so that is an option for you if you don't have a controller. So there you go.
There you
But
go.
so very very quickly, Destiny, you have seen the whole game before, right? Like you
Yeah,
watched it back in the day, right?
I
Love the
watched
game.
it back in the game. Absolutely love it. I watched my brother play it for the first time. But I went back recently, like last year, maybe like 6 months ago, and I
Mhm.
watched all of them from the first one to the end, just because I got so hyped about it. So yeah.
Yeah, so for myself, I beat the original back on PlayStation 4, and I've spent about 10 hours or so with the PC version so far, and I'm definitely going to keep playing. I am reminded of how incredible this game is because, like, I don't know, lately, Destiny, I've been kind of like playing through a bunch of games. I have not usually went to replay games, but I replayed Spider-Man and stuff, and I was like, oh man, I forgot how good these games are. And having an opportunity to kind of come back to God of War, especially on the PC, running all nice and crisp, looking very,
Looking
very
all
good.
sexy.
Looking all sexy. Look at that
Kratos.
Kratos dad bod. Sir. But like, yeah, like the game is fantastic. I to speak just to the quality of God of War and the fact that it holds up so well. I mean, it's not an old game. It's wild that it's been like almost 4 years at this point because the
It
reboot came out
doesn't
in 20.
feel like it. It does not feel like it. It feels like this game was released like last year sometime.
Right, or it just came out today.
Or
Like
it
the
just came
quality,
out. The call
yeah.
yeah, and the replay value is great. So listen, if you get a chance to get God of War on PC and you've already played it on PlayStation, just do it because the game
Mhm.
is incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's not even full price, so it's a great reason. And like Destiny, I'm low key kind of waiting to finish it because I kind of want to play more of it on my Steam Deck when it eventually arrives, which is
I'm
now obviously
excited.
right. It's going to be such a thing, like to have God of War on the go, and like that's why I love that PlayStation is starting to do this more. They're dropping more and more of their older first party
Absolutely.
games on PC so it can be established already. And one of the major reasons that I saw people talking about already is just accessibility options, right? It's
Right.
easier to add in accessibility and to mod it in if for whatever reason the developers didn't put something in for you. It's much easier to do that on PC than it is on console. So a lot more people will be able to enjoy this game who never were able to before
Not
because of
only
just
not
yeah.
only that, but like people who can't afford a gaming PC, like a top of the line gaming PC, will be able to
Mhm.
play games from Steam on this Steam Deck. So, like, of course, this wasn't meant to be like a Steam Deck kind of thing, but
Yeah.
like, it's pretty incredible. If like games like God of War are going to be like pushed onto the PC platform, then
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like, that's great. That's fantastic. Because right now, I don't think you can play God of War on a I don't
Anywhere.
think you can play it anywhere other than, like, a PC. Like, you can't, like, go to your friend's house and while they're doing whatever they're doing, like, pull out and play on you know what I mean?
No,
So,
there's no
like
other spot for it.
right.
Yeah, so God of War continues to be fantastic. We're not going to spend any more time speaking about the actual quality of the game because it's been out for 4 years now. If you
You
haven't played
guys
it
know
yet, it's
already. You
yeah,
already
we don't
know.
want to spoil anything. That's not what we're about here. But we just want you to know that the game is and continues to be fantastic.
Incredible.
Let's talk about some tech specs, Destiny, because I've been playing on my PC. So when I was only playing, because I have been messing with the game a lot. When I was only playing, I was able to hit ultra settings with very little stutter, and I think I have like a 2070 Super. Don't quote me on that. I don't know much about PCs, and I just got this thing a few months ago. But I think that's what I have, and it runs great. I had a couple of frame rate issues when the game like really started going, but I think that was just more because of my PC, not the game itself. I dropped to high quality when I was recording and playing, and again, like at that point, I was multitasking, so there was a lot going on. And then when I was streaming, recording, and playing, I had to drop down to um just kind of the base settings, which all of these settings look fantastic, by the way.
Absolutely.
But I know, Destiny, I know you have a big old beefy boy of a computer. How was your
It's
experience on the tech
It's
side?
not that beefy, but
It's not
yeah,
beefy.
I did get an MSI gaming laptop a couple of years ago, and honestly, it runs as long as I don't have a lot of other heavy programs up because I tend to also multitask. I'll have like Photoshop up and like Adobe Premiere, but as long as I don't have those programs up, it runs so well. It's just so phenomenal. Like honestly, it's almost I would say better playing it on PC at Ultra than it is playing it on PS. You know, like it just looks
Mhm.
so good. And like Matt was saying earlier, even if you have to drop it down to the baseline, you really aren't losing that much quality.
Yeah, it continues to look absolutely fun, fantastic. And like I'm just very quickly pulling up here. Um, what else was enhanced, because I want to make sure we articulate this properly, because obviously there's 60 frames per second, which the PS4 version did get a patch for a little while ago. So like yeah, you know, high quality graphics, you can go into true 4K with this, which is wonderful if you have the capability to do so. You can actually map the controls properly, which you weren't able to do on PlayStation, but now you can completely remap all of them, and you have your nice ultra wide support. Destiny, I want an ultra wide
Mhm.
monitor so
I
bad, dude.
want
They look
one
so
so
cool.
bad. They look so good. I mean, like baby steps, right? Baby
I
steps.
know,
We'll get
but
there.
like I feel like in all those like superhero spy movies, there's like the guy in the chair who has like the ultra wide curved thing. I'm like, I want
Yes.
to do that. I want to play God of War on one of those bad boys because I bet it would look fantastic. So
It would.
they've done a whole bunch to the game to kind of warrant a return if you are looking for, or if it's your first time. It's a fantastic way to jump in because there is so much good stuff in here. The game is incredible, and the PC port, by all accounts, is handling itself very, very well. So, Destiny, to wrap things up, tell me closing thoughts. If somebody has never played God of War, should they pick this up? Should they play? Should they play it? And if they already have played it, is it worth a double dip? Tell me your closing thoughts.
I honestly think it's worth a double dip. One because Steam Deck is coming out, and I think God of War has a lot of replay value. Like the stories are so good, and I think the second time going through, there were a lot of things like little nooks and crannies that I didn't even realize. Right, like there's
Hmm.
so much that's in the game that like it warrants a second playthrough. You might find things that you didn't find before,
Hmm.
especially if you're one of those people who's like I have to like complete everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think you definitely should pick it up. And for all of my PC gamers out there, woo woo,
Woo
get it.
woo. Yeah.
Absolutely. If you're not a console gamer, get it. Like this game is not just for console. Now it's on Steam and it is fucking incredible. So pick it up.
It makes me laugh really hard because there's already reviews popping up that are like, now Sony made me what makes me want to buy a stupid PS5 so I can play God of War Ragnarok right away when it comes out, because I they've announced that that's only coming to console so far. That might come to Steam in a year or two from now. But hopefully, that time frame starts to shorten. But yes, Destiny, you nailed it. This game is fantastic. It's one of the greatest games of all time. It's one of my absolute favorite games. So I'm a little biased, but God of War absolutely rocks. And playing it on PC, it's cheaper than it was, full price on console. It's a great way to jump in. And if you've never played it, it's an incredible opportunity to hop in and check it out. And if you have played it and you're like me, it's a great reason to come back. There's so many little things, like you mentioned, Destiny, that I've just forgot from when I played it the first time, and now revisiting and being like, good Lord, the quality of this game is so,
Right? I mean,
so
it's been
high.
4 years since it came out, so now's a great time to go back in and play it. Also, there's still a pandemic going on, so listen, I mean, like, why not? If you're gonna stay in, play an incredible game.
Well said, Destiny. Once again, a big, big thank you to PlayStation Canada for the support. Thank you for the review queue. We very much appreciate it. Everyone, if you could please like, subscribe, and share, come back, check out our other videos. There's so much going on here. We appreciate you all very, very much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace out.